Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. On this week's video, I just wanted to make a level-by-level tutorial of the vending machine, which I made a video about a while ago. I'll link that down below if you haven't seen it. But basically, people have been watching that video more lately, and someone asked for a tutorial, so I thought I would make one. So if you haven't seen the video, just to recap, basically, it's a freestanding vending machine with two choices. Whichever button we press, it checks if we put in a proper payment item, and then eventually the items that correspond to the button we pressed will be put in the shoko box on the left. So it's basically an entire shop that fits in a few blocks above ground, and you can completely conceal all the wiring. Pretty cool. Now this build was complicated, so at the time I didn't want to make a tutorial in that video. I thought it would be too long to do it block by block, but I remember Azumavoid used to do this sort of tutorial where you go level by level, and I thought it would be perfect for this build. And you can download this world in the description, so you don't have to follow it all with me on the video here. But I am going to go through and just talk to you about what we're building in each level. You can also pause, I'll give you overhead shots like this, and hopefully that's enough for you to build it, even though it's a little complicated. So to start off with here, this is the space you're going to need to dig, and this is the surface level of the build, so that you know you're digging down 8 blocks, counting the block you remove on the surface, and then you need a 7 by 9 area. And then the vending machine will be roughly in the middle here. So the first thing we do is put down blocks in this pattern. These are droppers here, and then we're going on the second layer. I'll tell you what button the droppers correspond to. So you can see we're adding a comparator, a repeater on 1 tick, another repeater on 1 tick, a repeater on 2 ticks into this corner block here with a torch, and then we're adding another dropper here, 2 pistons on the end, 2 burned out redstone torches, redstone dust, and these hopper lines, it doesn't matter exactly how you set them up, except that all of these hoppers connect into this block here, which goes into this dropper, and these hoppers on this side are also going to connect over that way. And then this left side of 4 droppers, each one will dispense 8 items when the button is pushed. You don't need to have 4 of them. If you only want 8 items to come out, you can just have 1. And then this is the top button on the left side here eventually. And on the right side, this one, this one, this one, and this one are the 4 of the bottom button. Now here we're adding another layer. This is layer 3, so it should be 3 blocks from the bottom. See, we're starting to add 2 torches on this block over here, another dropper. We have a hopper going down, a repeater on 1 tick facing into a torch. This is the overhead build, and then I think you can see the rest of the blocks there. Yeah. I'm not going to show you every block that we put down. I'm just trying to show you the ones that you can't see easily from the video. So now we have 2 hoppers here facing into each other, and we're going to have 32 items in those hoppers. That's what makes the timer for when the vending machine resets. So if you have, like, you're dispensing like a full 32 items from the droppers, you probably want about 32 items in the hoppers here. And if you're only using like 16 items from the droppers down there, then you probably want 16 items over here, because that will make sure that they're not able, the like person using the machine isn't able to trigger another payment before the last one's been fully dispensed. So now we have this hopper, which just faces down here, and you can put a chest in this block if you want to. This is where payment will gather. And then this hopper right here faces into this dropper. This one faces down. This is a regular piston, regular piston. There's a comparator facing into a observer and a note block, and a repeater on 4 ticks. And everything else on that level is straightforward. Next level just keeps going. We're adding another set of 2 torches to this torch tower over here. As you can see, we're building a repeating pattern. This is a dropper, repeater on 4 ticks, a sticky piston here with a redstone block on the close block. Observers, you can tell from the arrows which way they're facing. There is a sort of sneaky redstone torch over here, powered by that repeater we put in before. These are sticky pistons, fence gates, a comparator, and a redstone dust, which complete the filter over here. Another hopper facing down. This hopper faces into this block, and I think that's everything on that level. Now we need a glazed terracotta block here. We're finalizing our hopper chain. So these hoppers that you see in the zigzag are all going to face into each other. This one faces here, into here, into here, and then this one faces down. We have an observer looking down, pistons, both normal pistons on this level, and a dropper, and some redstone, and that's the rest of this level. And these wood blocks and leaf blocks do need to be wood and leaf blocks because we're using the fact that when a log is placed next to a leaf block, it sends a pulse. Like if I put this log here, see that redstone lit up really quickly. Now we're at the last sort of major level of the machine. We are putting a hopper minecart on top of the sort of centermost hopper here of the hopper chain we just put down. We have the dropper facing up again. We have an observer above the piston, another torch there. No new hoppers on this level. We have this observer chain, 2 more leaf blocks, repeater on 1 tick, repeater on 3 ticks, a sticky piston, and make sure that the block in front of the sticky piston is put in the extended position. And then this actually should be here. So then you're going to put a block right in front of this sticky piston and 4 ticks on the repeater and the torch, and this facing down is a sticky piston into the wood block we just put down. Now we're at the ground layer of the build. So this 4-block set right here is where the vending machine body proper is going to be, and I'm going to show you what options you have when building that, because some blocks need to be solid and transparent, but you can also customize it to make it look however you want. So this hopper here is going to face into the block on the side above where we put the hopper minecart. We have a wood block, a piston facing upwards, so that's looking at the leaf block we put down under that, you can see, and then a dropper like that. And actually, let's fix that. Okay, and now we're getting to the part where we've built the vending machine on top. And if you, in the original video, I had sea lanterns here, which certainly looks sort of high-tech vending machine-like, then you're going to want 2 regular pistons facing down, and then this is where the floor would be. So the layer right above this, let's build it up for you from scratch here, just so you can see. We have 2 shulker boxes here. You can also, if you want that to be a solid block and then a shulker box facing outwards so the person can open it. And if you want, you can put, instead of a shulker box here, a slab, and then replace this dropper with a dispenser, and it will shoot the items out like they're kind of coming out of the vending machine if you do want to do it that way. Then here we need a solid block as well so that it can power a piston that's placed right here. But then these blocks we can do whatever we want. We can have sea lanterns with glass. We can have, like was sort of set up there in the first place, 2 bookshelves, which I think looks kind of cool because it looks like items on a shelf. You know, I could be persuaded with that. It's kind of interesting. And then, of course, 2 pistons facing downward. And I think it looks a little better, and then 2 buttons. If you top it off with like carpet, or you can also do like trap doors or slabs or really anything you want. The slabs actually look pretty good. And there you go. Your vending machine is done. And I know it's a big build, and sorry I went fast and didn't go over every block, but I'll put up the world download, definitely come through and look at everything. And to set up the payment, you just put in whatever item you want in the filter here. You're going to need 22 of the item to set it up. In this case, we have sandstone. And then, so if we look in here, we have flowers on the right side. That's going to be the bottom one. So if we just grab a piece of sandstone, test that it works here. And next thing you know, we're spitting flowers out here into the player's inventory. So it works. All right, that's it, everyone. I did try and make a version of this that was cheaper, but it was a lot less compact, even though it used a few less hoppers. So I didn't feel like I ended up making it optimized enough that it was worth making a whole new machine and putting it out there, since it does pretty much exactly the same thing. And if you're using all these observers and sticky pistons to make just sort of a cool tiny shop, you probably can afford an extra observer or two that I could shave off rebuilding it. So sorry that this is the same design and not more efficient, but between filtering the items, timing when the machine resets, the sort of decoding of the pistons pushing downwards, it ends up just taking a lot of space, taking up a lot of space, taking up a lot of materials, but it is pretty cool. So hope everybody liked the video. Feel free to subscribe. And as always, feel free to ask for tutorials like this. I'll always make a video for you guys if you do want to see how to build something I've shown. And I'll catch you next time.